G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in over on the northwest side of the map, playing as the English, we've got Grosslock. And on the southeast side of the map, playing in the colour yellow, as the Rus, it's Beastie Cutie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prairie. We're here witnessing the Prairie meta evolve once again. And an interesting opening coming out from Beastie already. He's only got a tiny little forest here, but he does still throw down the hunting cabin. Of course, playing the Rus here, it's going to be advantageous to get out as many scouts as you can on Prairie. There are just so many things to take advantage of. You want to try and get all of those deer. You want to try and pick up all the sheep. And of course, they're a boar to kill. Don't forget about the boar. Plenty of resources on this map for the Rus to take. And we'll check in with that hunting cabin. Only 16 gold a minute. Nothing at all too exciting, but look, beggars can't be choosers, can they? So, look, at least we didn't just get straggler trees this time, hey, Beastie? Now, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to this game because we have continued to see the meta shift. This is an interesting matchup, a little bit of a classic matchup. I'm not sure if you guys remember seeing this one back in the day. English versus the Rus. English obviously don't want to open up with a second scout. And it's going to be the case here that Grosslock is just kind of chilling out on the one scout opening here. But interestingly, it does open with wood. And I'm not sure what this is all about. Why is he open with wood? Is he looking at doing some kind of delayed villager rush? Is that what we're going to see? A whole bunch of villagers cashing in right there. I got excited for a second. I've got no idea what the plan is for him because normally this is not what we see. Now, for anybody wondering, Grosslock, I think at the moment is in the Diamond League. So he's still pretty decent, right? Like, he knows what he's doing, even though the build order might not seem to be all that. He knows what he's doing. I can tell you right now, if you can get to Diamond, you're doing something right. Beastie on the other side of the map, though. He's a little bit higher than Diamond. You may have heard of him. He's quite a good player. Some would even say a Conqueror player. You might even go as far to say a Conqueror 3 player. Currently ranked 1 and 2 on the ladder. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at Age of Empires 4, it turns out. So, look, coming into this game, he's going to be a hot favourite. And I think the question on everybody's mind is, where does the meta go next in Age of Empires 4? Because we've seen a continual trend towards, I guess I would say, more greedy play styles. Now, you guys will remember the days, the good old days, where ram rushes were just, you know, that was what you did. You did that with the Rus. You'd play one base. You guys remember the Guz build, right? Where you'd go for, you know, you'd go and look to take a boar in the middle of the map. Where's a boar? There's a boar. Let's go take this boar. I'm going to stick a wooden fortress on it. I'm going to stick a hunting cabin next to it. And then I'm going to build all my archery ranges. And then I'm going to use that as a forward base. And I'm going to begin attacking you. That was something that we saw quite often happen for the Rus. But then the meta began to shift. People realized, well, hold on. Well, people didn't realize. Rather, the devs changed it so that town centers were able to prioritize units over the battering rams. And what that meant was that if I'm getting attacked and a battering ram's coming into my town center is no longer forced to attack the battering ram, but rather I can target down each of those individual archers. And after that, that single change meant that everyone started making TCs. You had everyone, absolutely everyone, just making town centers. People who never made town centers before were making town centers. I feel like I'm Donald Trump. We had the best town centers. We had the most town centers you'd ever seen in a meta at all. And then obviously the most recent change was that the town center change came through in that there was a nerf to them. There was a reduction in the time, rather an increase in the time that it took to make them, and also an increase in the cost, an extra 50 stone. So people started working out, well, how do we play this game again? And everyone's gone back to one base, but instead they've started looking in other directions. We've seen trade come up as a viable option. We've also seen fast castles really coming out. Now, we do also see a delayed men-at-arms, a very delayed men-at-arms coming out from Grosslock here. I'm not sure exactly what this is all about and what the plan was for him and whether this was the plan all along. But it's an interesting timing, right? Like, not that the Rus ever really wants to do anything related to the gold or the stone, but I mean, this town center, how much of the wood line does it cover? It looks like it covers the whole thing. Beastie actually going to get a nice little wooden fortress in the backside here just to protect this wood line, guarantee that the integrity of it remains despite that men-at-arm threat. So pretty smart move there from Beastie to proactively go for that. We do see the age ups coming through for both of these guys. The Golden Gate for Beastie, the Council Hall for Grosslock. No real surprises there. Nothing out of the ordinary at this point in the game. But what's Beastie got up his sleeve? Are we going to see one base? I mean, you guys will remember the days of one base fast castle that plagued us, even before, you know, the Guz build, right? Like, before the Guz build, we had one base fast castle into horse archers. You guys remember those good old days? You get professional scouts, you'd bring in all of the deer, you know, you are untouchable. They were the good old days. But, I mean, the meta continues to shift, and obviously the devs have to react to it. And it can be one of those things that's a little bit slow to shift sometimes, and it can be one where it goes very quickly. And it definitely feels like it's gone quite quickly in favor of trade, in favor of fast castling. Sometimes we've seen players do both even, go fast castle and then trade. Salami, I'm not going to name any name. I named a name, it was Salami. But anyway, age ups have come through now. We've got Grossluck going up. Council Hall now training some longbowmen. Take a look at this. We've got the men at arms around the back. Nothing too crazy, but he does spot that the first of the gold gets taken off the gold vein. Villagers moving out down to the corners of the map as well. What is Grossluck spotting out here? We got Beastie heading down to the corner of the map. No idea what he's up to. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Grossluck is coming out in full force. He does not want... Oh, it's trade. Oh, it's trade. Of course it's trade. Why is it not trade? Even the Rus are trading right now. Don't you love it? Like the state that the meta's in, where it's like, you know, the Civ that never has traded once before? Like, we've literally had a Civ that never built a trader in any patch ever, and now all of a sudden, even they're trading. That's what I like, right? Like, it's good though, because I want to see how viable this is. And obviously you've got Beastie in one corner. He's rank 1 and rank 2 on the ladder. One of the best players in the world by far, and he's going up against somebody who is, you know, a little bit shy of Conqueror at the moment. So obviously a bit of a skill difference between them, a bit of a skill discrepancy. So it's a bit of a testing environment for him, but I think the question is, how viable can Rus trade actually be? Now, we've seen before French trade, and French trade is very similar to Rus trade, because the key factor here is going to be the Knight. The Knight is a unit that can take advantage of anything that gets out of position. And what do you do when you attack a market? You put yourself out of position. You get really far out of position, because you got to come all the way across the map. You got to come so far away from your reinforcements, all of your production facilities. Super far away. So you're kind of left with a choice. I'd almost be tempted to be like, maybe... See, it's so hard. How do you deal with someone who's doing trade like this? Do you take a villager down and wall all your units in here? Do you throw an outpost down? Do you just wall off your enemy? And Beastie's doing a trade highway. We've seen players do this before, and Beastie going to be looking to take a page out of their book. Beautiful stuff coming out from the rank 1 and rank 2 player in the world. Okay, he does fix it up. Okay, 176 gold. Not too bad. I do like to hype it up when that does happen. It's rare, so we got to make fun of when it does happen. But Beastie almost picking up a spearman. Does manage to take it out, so there's only going to be one spearman here. Now remember, this is why the Knights are so strong in this position, because we take a look at the perspective of Grossluck right now. And look at what he's got on the enemy side of the map. He's got a single spearman, a single man at arms, and 7 longbowmen. And sure, he picks up the first of the traders. Clap, clap for the hand. I'm not going to say it. I almost did. You get the point, right? Like, okay, you've taken out one trader, but that's not going to harm Beastie. You've just tickled the underside of his foot. You've turned him up a little bit. He's just going to put that foot back down, and he's going to step on your face with it. This is going to get cleaned up by Knights, the same way the French would clean it up. We still only see the first Knight out, but the second Knight's in queue, and once it comes out, it's all over Red Rover. And even right now, Beastie likes his chances. You can see Grossluck going to tried to get the skewer, immediately gets it picked off, and now Villager's going to have to fall back. Beastie very, very quick to react. 2 Vills going down at 8 health there, but managing to keep them alive, and beautiful micro coming out from Beastie. Second Knight on the way here as well. And this is the consequence of Rus trade. And I think this is part of the reason... Oh, Beastie, a little bit of a mistake, losing 2 Vills there when he didn't need to lose those 2 Vills. Yeah, so a bit of a rare mistake coming in from him. Now, he has lost 3 Vills in total. Obviously, we did see that Vill down here on the south side go down as well. This was a market maker, so we're not going to get too upset about it. But look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this right here. The madman is trading in all corners of the map. Corners that you've never seen before. These are the deepest, darkest, furthest corners you've ever seen on a trade map before. Look at the madman go. I never thought I'd see, rather, someone trade like that. And there's so many traders as well. And I love the fact that he's using the traders, even though they're on that long distance trade. Doesn't have the market immediately next to the trading post. So cheeky, so sneaky. Now, what does Grossluck know about this? Because the scout's been down here. He's still been doing a fair bit of trade out of this, right? Like, he knows that there have been traders. And Grossluck's just kind of chilling. And I think this is the consequence of, Rus trade. It's like, what do I do? Because you can trade and you can get away with it, and I can't punish you. Because if I do, your Knights are just going to catch me out of position. Now, a little bit of a push coming out from Beastie. He's forced back away by the longbows. And I think this is part of, like, maybe this is a bit of a counter to the English in a way as well when you think about it, right? Because the English want to make archers, the English want to make, or rather longbows, they want to make men-at-arms, they want to make their spearmen, and you kind of need mobility to shut down trade. Obviously, you can shut it down in other ways. You can shut it down with outpost walls, the battering ram can do it, you know, there's plenty of ways that you can shut down trade. But cavalry is a wonderful tool. Horsemen, got mobility, you can run them around. If your enemy catches you, you just keep on moving. That's what all you do. You just keep on moving to the next target, move on to the next trader, and then you put the burden on the enemy to try and wall up to protect their trade. And now Grosslock going to be going for round 2. I think that's the crazy thing, right? He doesn't even know about the trade in the top side of the map. He's got the scout, but he's just hyper-focused here. So let this be a lesson. Let this be a 900 IQ lesson to all of you folks out there. Watch your corners. Watch your corners, scout your corners, because you might be thinking, hey, this is I need to shut this down. And yeah, you do need to shut this down, but it's not the only thing you need to shut down. There are more than one thing out there that you need to be shutting down, boy. 12 traders now operating on this trade route. Oh, and I love that he's got all of the traders using that as the home market, but not all of the traders are on the same trade route. Look at this one, actually separating and going up towards that northern position. He's just making traders from this market, collecting the gold, and then sending them up over here. I love it. It's actually so smart when you think about it. He's still going to be losing the market. And Grosslock thinks he's in a good spot, but doesn't realize the secret trade is happening right now. Even the Rus are trading, and the best part is no one suspects it, so no one checks the corners. The Beastie uncovering 99.9% of this map. Only a very small amount of it still not yet discovered. He knows about every single inch of it. And Grosslock, he's going to spot it. Oh, Grosslock, and even then, look at the position that he's in, right? Like, he's on the defensive here. He's really having a tough time. The archer numbers are really solid. Beastie just macroing out the wazoo. He's looking at a castle age through this, and still that scout just chilling out behind the base. All the archers are going to be able to take out the spearmen. And once those spearmen are down, Knight superiority going to come in, going to finish this position off here. And with that, it means that the military numbers for Grosslock are just so low. Beastie's done a great job in whittling down his enemy's position. I don't think there's any real way that Grosslock can come back from this. Even if he was to go for Castle Age, which he looks like he's doing at the moment. He gets Castle, goes into Knights, but it's just too late. Beastie's economy is way too far. And look at this, the trader gonna get exposed. Oh, Grosslock knows. Oh, Grosslock knows. He knows. Oh, man. And he sees the market, and immediately he's like, this is not good. This is not good, John. We're going to need a bigger boat. Indeed, you're going to need a bigger boat, Grosslock. There are currently 14 traders on that bad boy. And that might not seem like a lot, 14, but I assure you, that is a huge amount of traders at this point in the game. If you've got one trader for every minute, you're doing the right thing. Especially this early on. About 30 minutes in, you might want double, though. Depends on your strategy. I'm not going to set any parameters for you. Beastie now aging up to the castle age. We see the veterancy coming through. +2 also going to be coming through on that ranged armor. And Grosslock going to be in so much trouble. This is just how powerful that trade is. Now, where does Grosslock go with regard to this? Because he's got a number of options as to how he plays it. But I think most people are just kind of looking at the one main option that he's got. And that's just going to involve surrendering and going to the next game. This is a tough game to win from here. And you can just see the way that Beastie's managed to pull him apart. Looking to pick up a couple more bounty over here. Does manage to take it out. Scout gets knocked out as well. But he knows that there's trade over there. And there's nothing that Grosslock can really do in this position against the Knights. The Knights are what are really going to take it out. Obviously, the Archer's just going to pick off all of the Spearmen. But the Knights are going to win the game. And now those Sacred Sites getting captured. Is he just going for a Sacred Victory at this point? If so, I do respect that. Now Knights beginning to move forward. We also see the Archers on the backside. He hasn't picked up the veterancy for these bad boys just yet. You can see the amount of damage he's getting off these. No upgrades coming through yet on the Blacksmith either. Grosslock going to be in a bit of a tough spot. He does have +1 range attack, but it's not even going to matter. Beastie just able to overwhelm him completely. One-shotting it, and good game gets called. Grosslock going to be tapping out, and Beastie going to be successful. Even the Russ are trading, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for them. Watch your corners. Check your corners. Very, very important. And, well, fellas, go and check out Beastie. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can catch him. He's probably even live right now, so go say good day. Let him know I sent you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.